Welcome back to a very special episode of the Laura and Becky Show. We ain't in the studio tonight.
We ain't in no studio. I mean,
no.
I'd quite like this as a studio, if I'm honest, because there's food available.
Yeah, we've actually got a little bowl of crisps on the go as we do this podcast, which I think should be a permanent fixture. I think we should always have snacks whilst we do the podcast.
Munches whilst we talk.
Yeah, why not? So we are actually at East Midlands Airport this evening. We are here with a group of lovely influencers who are here this evening. I think someone giving a little wave then.
Oh, yeah, they did.
They're currently eating and drinking.
Yeah, what they do best, actually, to be fair.
Yeah, and same as us.
Yeah, we do, actually. In fact, there's hot pot on offer. I've not had hot pot for ages.
Neither have I. No.
What is hot pot?
Is it lamb? Potato, lamb.
Oh, is it lamb?
Because it's Lancashire hot pot, isn't
okay.
it?
Right.
Yeah, I don't eat lamb. Is the only thing.
I might try something because it smells delicious.
You try some, you let me know what it's like.
So here we are then. So we need to have to get around, don't we?
Yeah, what was it? In fact, Red Brick Ross, who is here this evening, messaged us, didn't he, after seeing us at another meeting and went, "You pair get where water weren't." He doesn't talk like that at all, actually. That's an awful impression.
But this is really exciting. So basically, I want to say have shut down the airport. We haven't, but
we could pretend that we have.
Well, the last flight to Dublin has left, actually. So no more flights out of here. So basically, there's around 17 of us, and we've got the place to ourselves, and we're doing a little kind of behind-the-scenes tour. We're going to go out on the runway in a bit, which is very exciting. But the most exciting part of this is that everybody gets to meet Joan.
Joan Lowe. Now, if you are a regular listener to the podcast, you will know that he is quite a famous person that we talk about a lot. So
quite a famous. I would actually say he's probably not a Z-list. I think B-list.
Well, we actually have people ask us about him, don't we? We're like, oh, we love the sound of Iowan, as we used to call him. So obviously when we first got in touch with, I'm now forgetting how to say his name, Joan. And this happened, we've told the story before, we slid into his DMs, didn't we, on Instagram? Mm-hmm. That's how this relationship kind of started. And we didn't know how to pronounce his name. So it's spelt Ioan. And this troubled us for a good few weeks. We were like, is it Lone? Is it Iowan? Is it... God knows what else we were saying.
Juan
at one point. And we actually put a thing on our Insta, didn't we? And said, can anybody help us? How do we pronounce this name?
But we now know it's Joan. And I think most people know by now he's one of our most favourite people that we've met so far this year, if not the most favourite, not going to lie.
We like him a lot.
He's very funny.
Yeah.
Very funny is Joan.
He had this in the palm of his hand earlier on, didn't he?
He did indeed. So this is where we're at. So yeah, it's very exciting. I mean, there's a lot that goes on at airports, isn't there?
There is.
No, there is.
I thought you were going to tell me something you'd seen.
Far?
Well, I've actually learned that in duty free, so we went through duty free, didn't we? And obviously we had to have a spritz of the Jo Malone in there.
Oh, we did.
Hey, do you think if we mentioned Jo Malone enough, they might sponsor us? Should we keep mentioning them?
Jo Malone.
One day maybe. So we had a little spritz, obviously, and then Laura said to me, do it how the kind of like the Instagrammers do it on Insta. So I kind of did it and sprayed myself in the face. But then I noticed your techniques. We videoed it.
Over the head.
You were going
across the face.
I literally went across the face, then wondered why it was going in my eyes and mouth. But you had a good technique. You kind of like went over and it looked all effortless. Yeah.
Also, as well, is there anything better than walking through duty free when you know you're going on holiday and having a spritz of a nice perfume?
It's the best.
The best. So we're here because basically, I think nearly from today or this week, it's the kind of launch of the summer season for East Midlands Airport, our favourite airport, by the way.
I mean, it really is.
Yeah. So Joan is very kindly taking everyone round, just explaining how the airport works. And we were going to be going up the control tower, but, due to... We wanted to say that there was a royal flight or George Clooney. You said George Clooney, which I thought was quite strange.
I don't know why he was the first celebrity that came into my head.
Maybe they were flying over. But anyway, we can't go up the control tower, but we are going to be going out onto the runway at night, which is going to be very exciting.
I mean, it's very exciting. We all get to wear high vises as well, which I don't know why. I get a bit excited about putting a high vis on.
Yeah.
If ever I'm somewhere, I see a high vis, I think, oh, what do they do?
Yeah.
What's their position?
Yeah. So, that's all the chitter-chatter you can hear in the background. Everyone's having a lovely time, and it's just nice to be here. I feel like I'm on Mastermind. We're sat on 2 very big chairs.
They're very big, aren't they? If you do want to see all the behind-the-scenes stuff, by the way, you can see it on our Instas at Laura Summers Lifestyle, at Becky Hayes UK, because we will be spamming the hell out of it.
Absolutely.
Won't we?
Right, so obviously at the moment we're in a break. We're between seasons. We're between season 7 and season 8. We've got 3 weeks off actually, because I'm going on holiday, blah, blah, blah. So things keep happening, and usually I would talk about it on the podcast. Like, when anything happens to me, I think I should WhatsApp you in our little podcast group.
Well, you can. There's no rule to say you can't do that.
So yesterday, no, actually, let's start with today. So today, I went to pick up a package from the post office. I basically got a delivery and I missed it. So I had a little delivery letter, whatever it is. And I thought, I've been sent something.
That is so exciting, isn't it? Getting a parcel that you haven't... no, hang on. Getting a parcel you've ordered is exciting. Getting one that you haven't ordered, even more exciting.
I thought, this is it. This is where Charlotte Tilbury... She comes alive.
I've made it.
She sends me some pillow talk. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm after. So I was so excited. Went there yesterday to pick it up. Closed.
Oh.
I literally was like, oh, please let me in. Let me in. So I went back today, picked up the package, and I was a bit like, I've got a package. It's actually my Insta handle, so I can't got any ID for that. I'll give you my
Did you
address.
feel like an influencer?
Yeah. So I picked up, got in the car, ripped it open. Guess what it is? Well, you know.
I do know, yeah.
It's nipple cream, mate.
I feel like you are going to be the main influencer for nipple
Of
cream.
all the things, I watch influencers all the time. I especially I said this on my Insta story today. And everyone gets those bloody advent calendars.
Yes.
I always want. Yeah. What's the main one? What's the Charlotte Tilbury one?
Yes.
What's that? There's a store.
Is there a really nice Dior one as well?
Oh, there's just loads of them. So I thought maybe it's something like that. No. I mentioned about 2 weeks ago that a nipple cream is good to put on your lips. Okay. I have influenced at least 3 people as far as I know. One of them's here, Thea. I know she's got some. In fact, no.
Molly.
2 of them are here. Yeah. Some Rebecca, who listens, her husband ordered some. So do you know what I mean?
It's going off with a nipple cream, isn't it?
Nipple cream.
Oh my God.
Only problem is, it's not very nice.
Oh, the OG was the one.
Yeah. So what do I do here? Do I send it back?
You could do one of a few things. So you could give an honest review and say what you really think of it. You could send it back, or you could just lose it. You could lose it.
I think they're expecting me to do something, though. That's what I'm thinking.
Molly's got her nipple cream out.
Molly's got her nipple cream. Thea, did you bring your nipple cream with you? Oh,
I love it how we say that so normally. Hey Thea, did you bring your nipple cream with you?
I had to put mine in a very embarrassing. I had to take it through security. So.
Yeah, that was the funniest thing earlier when we were with all the people from East Midlands Airport. And obviously, when you have to put your liquids into the clear bag, Laura was like, "I've got nipple cream with me. What am I going to do if they stop me and ask me what this is?" That was brilliant. I
literally didn't bring a bag. I got my phone, some nipple cream, and a passport.
Well, basically the essentials.
That's all you need to take on holiday. There you go. You don't need anything else. But what was funny was I put it in my clear plastic bag, and they'd already taken my tray. And lovely Joan didn't know what this was. And he went, I don't know, I just pop it in mine. So I went, there you go. Yep. There you go. Yeah, you check your nipple cream in, Joan. He didn't have a clue.
I literally love it. Do you think you're going to get sent any more nipple cream?
I don't want any
brands?
more. I don't want any more. There's only so much nipple cream you can put on your lips.
This is true. Yeah.
I want Charlotte Tilbury. I want Jo Malone. Okay.
Let's aim high. Let's aim high.
Just, nipple cream's great, but I don't want any more of it.
So today as well, we've both been doing separate things, haven't we? Obviously, before coming here to East Midlands Airport, and we've both had a bit of an issue today with older ladies, haven't we? We were both talking in the car on the way here, and it turned out we both had a bit of a debacle with some older ladies. So I was in a doctor's surgery earlier, and I was in a waiting room upstairs, right? And there was an older lady sat opposite me, very glam actually. I have to say, she was very dressed up, looked very nice.
I like a glam older lady.
So do I. Anyway, there was a TV screen in the corner, and it was quite loud. It was playing out the volume was loud, and even I thought, bit loud. I thought, don't worry about it. Anyway, this lady opposite me was not happy. Let's call her
Cheryl. No, Joan.
Let's call her Joan. And she was like, oh, ever so loud. Why is it so loud? And I didn't want to look at her. I didn't want to make eye contact. So I just kept looking down at my phone, but I kept hearing her go, oh, I can't cope. It's so noisy in here. It's too loud. Then I see her get up from her chair, right? I thought, what's Joan up to here? So Joan walks over to the TV, which is very high up, I have to say, starts fiddling about with it. And I thought, don't look at her, Becky. Don't look at her. So I keep looking at my phone. Anyway, she looks right at me and goes, can you help me, love, turn this racket down? I was like, of course, I had to at that point. I was like, of course. So I got up. And she actually said to me, she went, I'll take blame. She went, if we get told off, she went, I'll take blame for it. I went, all right.
Yeah, you will, Joan. You're not getting me in trouble.
So I turned it down, and then obviously she was happy. So she sat down, she looked, happy then. And she goes, I could see her looking at me still out the corner of my eye. And I had some earrings in, and she went, how long have you had those earrings? I was like, not long. She goes, they look like they're from the 80s. I thought, thanks, Joan.
Love.
I've just helped you out in a sticky situation, and now the compliments are flying.
Also, as well, if you keep earrings from the 80s, oh dear, hygiene,
Mate,
Joan.
I was only a baby in the 80s. I was barely born.
I think what she meant was they look like an 80s kind of pair of earrings.
Maybe she meant they look like a classic piece.
Mate,
that's what we'll take from it.
That's
Thanks,
what it is.
Joan.
Yeah. So I was pulling into my road. This was yesterday, actually. So there's a lady at a T-junction, in the middle of the T-junction, waiting to turn right. I was coming down the road. Now, I could see her.
What should we call your lady?
Let's call her...
Beryl?
Beryl. Right, so Beryl was there, and I was with my daughter, and I could see Beryl. And I thought, what a lovely bike Beryl's riding.
Beryl's bike.
Beryl's bike was lovely. So as I approached the junction, I was going to turn right into the junction. I looked in my mirrors and I thought, there's no one behind me, so I won't let Beryl go. I'll go, and then she can pop off on her bike, right? So anyway, as I was turning past Beryl, I said to Rosie, what a lovely, lovely bike. And as we went past her, she went happy. She looked at me and she went, you twat. Beryl! I was like... And Rosie went, did she just call you a twat, Mum? I went, she was so angry. And I thought, bloody hell, Beryl.
You wouldn't expect that from Beryl on her bike, would you?
I think she thought I should have let her go, but actually I was being safe, and I thought, I'll get out of the way. Then she's got
she's
free
clear.
rein. She's off, but no. But it was so funny. It made me giggle because I drove off. I thought, oh, Christ. Yeah.
Well, I think the moral of both of our stories is there's some
Don't mess
feisty
with Beryl
older
and Jane.
ladies around at the moment, which
Yeah,
I'm
do you know
kind
what?
of here for.
When I was in Lombardy, it's one of the nicest restaurants I've ever been in. There was, do you remember me saying to you, there was a lady there, and she looked, her style was like Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yes.
She had like this beautiful big blouse on, this beautiful like skirt with like lots of tulle. Is it tulle? Tulle.
Yeah, it's like the kind of like layers.
Oh, she looked incredible, and I thought that's, and she might have been a Beryl or a Joan, but she looked fabulous.
I love it when, in fact, older people in general make an effort. I love it. It's like granddads, isn't it?
Yeah.
They always wear very similar things. They always wear like a shirt, a tie, a like little, not furry waistcoat. What do you call it? Like a woolen, not even a waistcoat. Is it like a V-neck?
Little jumper, sweatshirt.
You know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like a wooleny vest type thing.
Yeah.
And then they'll wear a jacket over the top.
top.
And I just love that.
Yeah, that is nice. Yeah.
Standard
So
attire.
go.
Go.
OAPs.
Yeah. Go OAPs. Brilliant. I feel like everyone's like finishing their food and waiting for us. Do you?
Yeah, I think they've got about 20 minutes before we go out on the bus.
Oh, we've got a bit of time.
I'm
Lovely.
a little bit worried we've missed the food. We always do this.
We do. What happens in these events is because we're doing the podcast and everyone eats whilst we're doing this,
there's nothing
we miss
left.
the food, and then we're literally like light-headed, aren't we, at the end?
So let's
Might
do
have a crisp.
our mate then. Oh, lovely. Do you know what? I think I might have one.
That will sort us out. A crisp.
One crisp. So our mate today is, well, we're going to tease you. Aren't we?
We are.
We're going to tease you.
Yeah.
So, we're going to go into season 8 of this podcast. We're not even a year in yet. We're nearly a year in. Not quite. We've worked very hard for all the seasons, and we like to get sponsors onto our podcast. We also obviously have national ads, and you can subscribe to our podcast as well. Please go and do that if you want to as well. We would absolutely love it if you subscribe.
We have a lot of people who listen regularly and they don't subscribe, so just quickly do it now.
Yeah. So we've been working very, very hard. I feel like season 7 we worked really hard. We've had lots of meetings.
Lots of phone calls, lots of emailing people, chasing people up.
Yeah. We get to do lots of lovely things, but also we get to do things like chase invoices.
oh yeah, guys, we get to do the boring stuff. Don't be
Yeah.
thinking it's all glamour at airports and everything.
Yeah, it's not at all. So we actually did go and stay at a lovely place last week. It was like a little bit of a night away together, which was lovely. And we were expecting a very, very, very important email.
We'd been waiting for this email for a good while, and actually this is something we've been manifesting and talking about for a good few months. And we sort of like put the wheels in motion, had meetings about it, but still we did not know whether this was going to come off until we got this email.
And it's quite difficult to kind of carry on doing what you're doing, like when you know you've got something really, really big going on in the background that you actually have no control over now. It was out of our hands. We had like one last call last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then it was just their decision with what they wanted to do with us.
Yeah. And we kept looking for this email, didn't we?
Yes.
And we were actually, you may have seen this on our Instas or listened to the pod that we did. We were in a gold bath when we received this news. So we were doing the podcast in the bath, and we were actually recording it on our phones to obviously get some video footage of us doing the pod. And we got this email through as we were in the bath videoing it, so it's caught on camera.
We caught the moment on camera, so we'll upload that. When we upload this pod, we'll upload that to our social media, so if you want to go and have a look at the moment, then you can do. And it is a moment. It's very, very, very big for this podcast.
And it's our genuine reaction on there as well, which is
literally
really nice. Like, we haven't mocked this up.
Yeah.
This is our genuine
We're in
reaction.
the bath in bloody swim costumes to
Together.
jump out the bath. So we're going to announce what this is on a very special podcast that you will need to subscribe to.
Yeah, so we have got quite a lot of our little ferals, we call them, who've subscribed already. So this is where you can get our podcast ad-free, but also you get bonus episodes as well.
Yeah.
So we're going to tell you extra things that we don't talk about on this podcast.
Yeah.
One of these things being the amazing, exciting news that we got. So if you want to know what it is, you've got to go and subscribe.
And season 8 is going to be just crazy, isn't it?
It's going to be our biggest season
yet.
yet.
Yeah, lots of things going on. We're going to put lots of things extra onto our subscription. So it's literally like less than a coffee to subscribe per month.
I think it is, isn't it?
It's like
Yeah.
£3. It's £3 or £3.50. It's literally
cheap as
nothing.
chips.
And we'd love you to do that. So
how do they do it? I've forgotten.
so if they go onto our Instas, on our bios, there's a link.
There you go, guys. You know what to do. So at Laura Summers Lifestyle, at Becky Hayes UK, there's a link there. It's really quick and easy to do.
Yep.
And you get loads of extra content and things that we are not going to mention on here.
So maybe I've got a story that I want to tell, but it's a little bit rude. I might tell it over on that one.
Well, you've debated, haven't you, telling
I
this
have,
story since we
yeah.
started the podcast. This is
Yeah.
like an iconic Laura story,
yeah.
but she's been a bit too nervous to tell it. I think you should tell it on the subscription.
I might do that. So anyway, we're going to go and go out on a runway in a minibus because
Get
why
your
not?
high vises on. Have you got your nipple cream, love?
I've got it in front of me. Yes, I shall put some of that on.
Yeah, put that on before we go out because it's a little bit chilly. Lips might get a bit chapped. Protection first. Yes.
So we're going to upload a few surprise pods, aren't we? Whilst I'm away.
Yeah.
We don't even know what we're doing. We're looking at each other like, are we? Yeah,
I know.
we are.
Laura's looking
We
at me.
are,
I'm
yeah.
looking at Laura.
I'm going to go to Florida soon.
Yes.
You've got things to do.
Easter and going home for Easter and whatnot. But yes, we will have a few sort of like bonus episodes in between before season 8 starts.
Yes. It's going to be great. Right.
It is going to be great. Right, we need to go. Thanks, guys, as always, for listening. And
massive thank you to East Midlands Airport for having us here because
yes.
we love it here.
Thank you, guys, and we'll see you on the other side.